Are the Wallabies gonna get crushed by the Lions? Or can they pull off an upset? The Lions are rolling into Brisbane as heavy favourites. They've got history on their side. I mean, they've won 5 consecutive games in Australia. And this squad, man, they are unstoppable ever since, landing down under. But let's just be honest. The Wallabies have the toughest challenge yet. But here's what they need to do to stand any chance in the first test of this 2025 Lions series. So let's get started. Australia's 2024 form, has been shaky at best. I mean, 4 wins from 11 tests. It's not that kind of record that's going to, strike fear into the Lions. I mean, sure, they've shown, flashes of brilliance. 2 wins over England and Wales. But those victories are more about catching, teams off guard, rather than, sustained excellence. If they want to win the series, they need to find some serious consistency. And Joe Schmidt, has been working on his magic. But is it enough? Is it enough? That's the question. Now, let's talk about the ruck. Now, this is where Australia's entire game hinges. I mean, under Joe Smith, they are statistically, the best in the world at, securing ruck ball quickly with a 96.9% success rate. And that's been their attacks, lifeblood. But here's the problem. I mean, the Lions are elite in the breakdown too. You've got Murray Itoje, you've got Tom Curry, Bernie. These guys don't give up on ruck ball easily. If the Wallabies can't match their physicality and speed at the breakdown, it's game over. It's absolutely game over. I mean, Australia has been quick at the ruck, and they'll be tested like never before. Where's the discipline? Where is the discipline? I mean, the Wallabies' mental game has been inconsistent. That's been a key issue, in their recent tests. I mean, they can't afford silly penalties. They can't afford to lose, composure under pressure. Pharaoh's Lions won't, they won't let them off the hook. They've got a 74%, win rate, against Australia, in test series. And that there, you don't lose series, openers against the Wallabies often. They don't. The Lions don't lose often. But let's also not forget, they've won 5, straight games in Australia. And that's not a fluke. That's pure dominance. So let's talk set piece. And it's been a mess at times for Australia. I mean, the Lions are strong at the line out. And, you got Dan Sheenan, probably the best hooker in the world right now. They've got a weapon, to target in that, area. But I can't stress this enough. I mean, if the Wallabies line out falters and then they give up easy turnover balls, it's going to kill them. The Lions can punish any weakness, and set piece is one of their specialties, and it's been flawless on tour so far. But the Wallabies need to nail it here, or the Lions will run Roy. You got Fraser McReight. Now, we'll talk about Fraser McReight. There's one guy in Australia that needs to step up, and that's him. He is the man. He's been at the breakdown, he's just a machine. He's always in that breakdown. And, he's leading the Wallabies at ruck success, and turnovers. I mean, the back row battle is going to, be fierce, and McWright's going to have to be at his best. I mean, to counter Curry, who's arguably, the best breakdown, operator on the planet right now. And it's a showdown we need to keep an eye on. I mean, McWright can't afford to let Curry dominate in the rucks. Now, sad day for the Wallabies. It's unfortunate that Rob Valentini is injured. so he won't be playing the first test. So Nick Champion is the replacement. But however, Rob Valentini is going to play the second test, so that's good news. And, we've got Tom Wright as well. I mean, Australia's flyer, his, electric, no questions, but he's going to need some space to run. I mean, with the Lions' defensive system being so solid, especially in the midfield, can Wright, get the ball and make it count. If they can't get the ball wide and give him more room, it's going to be neutralized. And, the Wallabies need to be smart with their ball movement and also quick and calculated. I think, now that the Lions, they are the most complete team in the world rugby right now. And they've got that winning momentum, and the stats back them up. Pharaoh's squad has crushed it, since they've arrived in Australia soil. Sure, they'll have they had a couple of hiccups, but this squad knows how to win test games. They've rattled off, 5 consecutive victories. But, they are coming into this first test, with their tails up. But here's the brutal truth. Now, the Wallabies, I don't think they can't match the physicality up front. I mean, they won't win. I think Australia's pack will need to be ruthless in the scrums and set piece. I mean, they've got to get over the gain line and give their backs, some space. But here's the kicker. I mean, the Wallabies can't rely, solely on one player and McReight or, Tom Wright to deliver. I mean, they need all 15 to step up, everyone to step up. So my prediction in this game, I think the Lions, rolling in as a 73.4%, favourite. So I do think the Wallabies have what it takes to change that, honestly. Not unless something special happens, on the day. Anything can happen on the day. But if the Lions get on top of the breakdown and maintain position and their line-out dominance, it's going to be a long night for the Wallabies. So I'm calling 31-17 Lions win. But don't count out the Wallabies, completely. I mean, this team can surprise, but, they have to get their basics right. Or it could be another Lions, route. So, yeah, I mean, if the Wallabies want to make a statement, now is the time. It's now or never. I mean, the Lions, they look too strong. They look too strong. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Can the Wallabies really turn the tide? Or is it going to be the Lions show from start to finish? So let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more rugby content. Thanks for tuning in. And keep supporting your rugby teams. And keep the rugby spirit alive. And we will see you in the next video.